rules. First, you try to test your English. We'll take one sentence at a time, read the first one, and see whether there's any error. And if you feel there's no error, say the sentence is correct. He is an unique person. Is this right or wrong? He is an unique person. Many students think nothing wrong with the sentence because here the word begins with a vowel letter and we should use an. But it is wrong. Why is it wrong? How do you pronounce this? Unique, ya sound. That is a consonantal sound. And based on that, we should not say an unique person. We have to say a unique person. He is a unique person. Coming to the next one, we have found an 1 rupee coin. And this also win one was sound. That's a consonantal sound. Based on that, we should not say an a 1 rupee coin. Sentence number 3. They always come in an uniform. Uniform. Good afternoon. Ya sound. Then we cannot say an, a uniform. Today the rules go with articles. He prefers to follow an universal rule. This also same sound, a universal rule. A 1 rupee coin. They met a MLA. What is the first letter here? Consonantal letter. But how do you pronounce that? M. E sound is there. Then we have to say an MLA, not a MLA. They met an MLA. We happen to see a L plate. L is a consonantal letter, but when you pronounce L, E sound is there. Based on that, we cannot say A, we have to say an. An L plate. ASP has taken up this case. Again, S, ES, imagine, S, E sound. Based on that, we cannot say A, we have to say an SP. He has taken an X-ray. Here we cannot say A. Because how do you pronounce that? X-ray. E sound is there, an X-ray. Let us go to sentence number 9. He is a LLB student. What is the first letter here? L. How do you pronounce this? Though it is a consonantal letter, we pronounce LLB. E sound is there. Based on that, we should say an LLB student. No one expected the man with black hair to become a hair is not correct. H is silent. Heir to that property. Because H is silent or mute, here we have to use an. Yes. Next one, he has inherited an honorable. Here people say this also here we have to say. Nothing wrong with this one. I'm sorry. Here you have to, H is silent, then you have to use, I think you have done correctly. He has inherited an honorable status from his father. People say honorable is not correct, honorable. H is silent, then we have to say an honorable. 11 is correct. Who is this? Very good. Nothing wrong, an honorable. Usually I give the example, it is an honor to teach people like you. An honor. And a typical example, honest man. People say honest. No horse sound. H is silent. And a honest is wrong. An honest man. He has been to US many times. What is wrong with the 12th one? He has been to US many times. The US. Very good. He has been to the US. We have to use a definite article the. We would like to have an orange. Nothing wrong with this. Typical examples, school examples, A, E, I, O, U. And a typical example for O, orange. Nothing wrong. 13. We would like to have an orange. Nothing wrong. He has bought a umbrella or an umbrella. He has bought an umbrella. That is also a typical school example. They have received a honor. No, an honor. Because H is silent. What is it? An honor. It is an honor. We don't say a. We have to say an. This is like testing your English. Now let us go to today's rules. Till yesterday, how many rules did I teach? I taught 84. Today we'll start with 85. We may stop with 94. Rule number 85, and all these rules go with articles. Indefinite article A. Let me give the introduction. If you take English language, there are about 8 lakh words. All these words are nothing but 8 parts of speech except a and the. These are called articles. Broadly, we have 2 types of articles: indefinite articles, definite article. Indefinite articles are 2 in number, a and. And what is a definite article? The. That is introduction. Now coming to use of a. We use indefinite article a before words that begin with a consonantal letter or a consonantal sound. The second part is very important. Usually school level they stop with consonantal letter. That will put you in trouble. Either consonantal letter or consonantal sound. And I'm sure you all know 26 letters, 5 A, E, I, O, U. Vowel letters. Remaining letters are consonantal letters. I bought a book yesterday. Nothing wrong. He lives in a European city. A European city or an European city. If you look at the letter, it looks like a vowel letter. We have to use an. No, how do you pronounce that? U, European city. Then you cannot, consonantal sound. This goes with consonantal sound and we have to say a European city, not an European city. It is a university. Here the sound is consonantal sound. Based on that we should say a university. I saw a one-eyed beggar. Though the letter is a vowel letter, how do you pronounce that? One, win, one, was sound. That is a consonantal sound. Based on that we have to say a one-eyed beggar. They have given in many competitive exams they have given European city. A typical student will think an European city. That is wrong. A European city. And an university wrong. A university. A one-eyed beggar. Rule number 86. Indefinite article an. Indefinite article an has 2 dimensions. One dimension, we use the indefinite article and before words that begin with a vowel letter or a vowel sound. Sound is very important. Second dimension, we use the indefinite article and before words that begin with a silent or mute H. We'll see 86. We use the indefinite article and before words that begin with a vowel letter or a vowel sound. Sound is important. An apple a day is good for health. Typical example. He has brought an ink bottle. Typical example. He always carries an umbrella. Typical example. But look at this. MP. What is the first letter here? M. Consonantal letter. But when you pronounce, how do you pronounce M? It has a vowel sound. Based on that, we have to say an MP. An MP, an MLA, an SP, an X-ray, an FIR, all these you have to. They filed an FIR because F, when you pronounce F, there is a vowel sound. Then you have to say an FIR. This is an important rule they have given many a time. Rule number 87, indefinite article an. We use the indefinite article and before words that begin with a silent or mute H. H is silent, mute, we should use an. Look at the examples. It will take an hour. This everyone knows. In the past they gave. But nowadays they are touching. She is an honest person. A lot of people say honest, but H is silent. Then what are you supposed to say? An honest person. This is important. It is an honor, it is an honorary post. You should not say honorary. H is silent, honorary. Then you have to use an honorary post. An honor. Rule number 88, definite article the. Usually offline classes I give students about 40 rules that go with the definite article the. I brought some important rules. We use a definite article the before names of certain countries. And many of our students know. What is a typical example? The Netherlands is also known as Holland. The Netherlands, he has been to the Irish Republic. They have met people from the Ukraine. But the Ukraine, controversial. Sometimes they use, sometimes they drop. One more example you have to know, the Philippines. The Netherlands, the Irish Republic, the Philippines. Three important examples. Rule number 89, definite article the. We use the definite article the before oceans, seas, rivers, waterfalls, and groups of islands. All these deal with water. Remember that way, one group. Oceans, seas, rivers, waterfalls, canals, and also groups of islands. The Pacific Ocean, the Ganges, the Niagara Falls, the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. All these take the definite article the. They have given many a time. Rule number 90. We use a definite article the before mountain ranges, deserts, plateaus, plains, and dams. All these go with geography. And one group. Try to remember, form a group and try to remember. The Himalayas, the Andes, the Thar Desert, the Indo-Gangetic Plain, the Himalayas, mountain range. But there's one more rule when we go to the fourth dimension. No article. There I give the example. Before the name of a mountain, we should not use any article. The Mount Everest, wrong. Only Mount Everest. But if you're talking about the range, you should use a definite article the. The Himalayas, the Andes and desert, the Thar Desert, the Sahara, the Indo-Gangetic Plain, the Deccan Plateau. One more example. Rule number 91. We use a definite article the before holy books. They have given many a time. Newspapers, magazines, libraries, universities. This is all one group related to education, information. The Gita, they have given many a time. The Gita encompasses all aspects of life. Encompass means to cover. The Hindu is one of the leading newspapers. He has visited the British Library. Before a library also we have to use the. He would like to go to the Harvard University. The Harvard University. The Bible, the Gita, the Quran. All these, the Vedas, nowadays are touching. The Vedas, the Upanishads. Important examples. Rule number 92. We use a definite article the before revolutions, mutinies, wars. Revolutions, mutinies, wars. Nobody wants the Third World War. The Third World War. He has studied a few books on the French Revolution. The French Revolution, the Russian Revolution, the American Revolution. The Sepoy Mutiny took place in 1887. Considered the first war of independence. The Sepoy Mutiny, 1887. Rule number 93. We use a definite article the before adjectives when they are used as nouns. This is an important rule. In English, we can use, very good, Srinu. In English, we can use adjectives as nouns. When we use an adjective as a noun, there are two dimensions you have to remember. One, we should use a definite article the. Second, we should use a verb in the plural form. Rich is typically an adjective. When soldiers revolt, we use the word mutiny. When people revolt, we use the word revolution. Mutiny goes with soldiers, and revolution goes with large number of people. When we use he is a rich man, in this example he is a rich man, rich is an adjective. But when we say the rich are usually arrogant, here it has been used, an adjective has been used as a noun. Then we should use a definite article the, and the verb should be in the plural form. They have given many a time. The blind, he is a blind person. Blind is an adjective, but here used as a noun. The blind means all the blind people. The blind are always helpless. The intelligent are curious. Intelligent people, intelligent is an adjective, but here used as a noun. Then what are the two dimensions? The and also plural verb. Rule number 94, we use a definite article the before adjectives used in parallel expressions. This is very important. Parallel construction, parallel structure, parallel expression, an important exam topic that goes with mains level English. What is this parallel construction, parallel expression? Parallel construction or parallel expression means using the same grammatical units or the same verb forms or the same word forms in a sentence. That is called parallel expression. Look at this. The higher you go, the cooler it is. The higher, the cooler. The more you spend, the less you have. These are all these are parallel expression. The bigger, the better. And you have to remember parallel expression, an important topic. I'll give one example. Perhaps you come across 4993. What do you mean by that? Yes, in a way. There are introduced proper nouns, exceptions. Here articles. Good, I appreciate that. Coming to parallel expression. SBI once they gave a question. Honesty, integrity and diligent are important for success. Honesty is a noun. Intelligence, noun. Then third word cannot be adjective. Diligent is an adjective. That is not parallel construction. We have to use a noun form. What is a noun form? Diligence. So what is the correct sentence? Honesty, integrity and diligence are important for success. That is very important. Rule number 95. We use a definite article the before comparative form. There is an exception. In this pattern, the is used twice in the sentence. This you have to listen very carefully. You all know when you talk about adjectives, adverbs, they change the forms to show the comparisons. And there are three in number: positive form, comparative form, superlative form. And you all know we use comparative form when we compare two persons or two things. And we also use the word than. What is a typical example? Ramesh is taller than Suresh. Ramesh is taller than Suresh. We are comparing two persons, and tall, taller, tallest, taller comparative form, than the word has to be there in the comparative form as part of the sentence pattern. Everyone knows this. But when we compare two persons or two things, in English we have many sentence patterns. When it comes to comparing two persons or two things, there is another pattern. In that pattern, we should use a definite article the two times, and the adjective should be in the comparative form, not in the superlative form. Look at this example. This is the better of the two books. How many books are we talking about here? Two books. And we are comparing. This is the better. First you have to focus on the. How many times we have to use? Two times. One, two. And what is the adjective here? Good. What is the comparative form? Better. This has been given many a time. A typical student will think this sentence is wrong because already the student, he or she, has a fixed idea. There goes with the superlative form. The best, the tallest, the most intelligent. But in English, we have rules, we have exceptions. In this pattern, though the is there, we should use the comparative form of the adjective. He is the better of the two brothers. The better of the two. The two times and adjective in the comparative form. He is the more intelligent of the two friends. More intelligent comparative form of the two friends. This is an important rule you have to remember. For today, I guess that is the last rule. Yes. A word of caution, all these rules go with articles, but usually of the online classes, offline classes. Offline classes, definite article, there I give about 40 rules. Here we cannot give all the rules. I have brought important ones. And when it comes to articles, there are 4 dimensions. Usually people think only 3 dimensions. One, where to use a, second, where to use an, third, where to use the. But there is a 4th dimension which is very important from the exam point of view. What is the 4th dimension? Omission of articles. Before certain nouns, we should not use any article. There are 10 important rules related to omission of articles. Next session, I'll try to get those rules. That's all for today. Have a nice day. Thank you very much.